Hello and welcome to day 4 of Summerween. Here is our current progress. We've made it through one book. We've made it over halfway through our second book because I did stay up late last night listening to Cross My Heart. This book started out very much feeling like the level of obsession and crazy and secondhand embarrassment we got from the book Best Offer Wins. But once we get to part 2, we start feeling a lot more empathy for our character, which I never felt during Best Offer Wins. And this book is doing a lot, but in a fun, lighter way. There's murder, there's some crazy stuff that's happening, but I just feel like the tone is a lot lighter than the Lisa Jewell book that I finished the other day. So some of the conversations I'm enjoying here are the way people look at you and treat you and act around you when you have some sort of chronic or lifelong illness. Our main character is dealing with cardiomyopathy. I have dealt with different things in my life as well, nothing as severe as requiring a heart transplant, but in my bouts of ulcerative colitis and pulmonary embolism that I have had, where I have been hospitalized, the way people treat you when you are ill, and it's not any fault of their own, but you feel like you are like this glass figurine, and people are tiptoeing around you so much because they don't want you to break. And you're just like, I'm still a person. Oh my gosh, just act like a person when you're around me. We're getting a little bit of that from her. And yes, our girly pop, she's a little bit unhinged in the way she views relationships, but when you really start to think about it, she's gone through a terrible breakup. There's another character in this book that has also gone through a terrible breakup, and we see similar behaviors coming from her. There is a lot of rationalized thought processes that anybody that goes through a hard breakup has. As somebody who has gone through a hard breakup, guys, I was engaged at one point in my life. I've gone through a hard breakup before. I've had to do the return the wedding dress. I've had to cancel the venue. I've had to do all of that. And there's this, if I can just prove that I'm this, or I'm this, or I can be this to this person, then they'll want me back. And we see a lot of that happening with Rosie, while there's also an investigation into a murder. So there's a lot going on in this book, but the tone is very light. So I listened to some more of this while I got ready this morning. You'll see a past timeline clip in just a second. So I'll play that, and then we're going to get to our day. And now I'm going to make lunch. I'm determined to make this vlog better than yesterday. I know yesterday's vlog was kind of boring, okay? I started a book and then didn't vlog, and then went places with my friend, and I didn't show you much of any of that. But today I'm on my own. It's the 4th of July, which, yay, America. My cats seem to be okay with all the fireworks going off this year. There have been years where they have been terrified, and they seem okay this year. But when we went to Mazio's to say goodbye yesterday, we came home with a lot of leftovers, and I also haven't had much of my crumble cookie yet. So I'm about to make a feast. Okay, oh, we need to spin for our activity today too. So yeah, let's get started.
I also did not enjoy them, so I hope this one falls into the popular love it.
Wondered how the ice blanket I received yesterday did overnight. I am here to say this might be my new favorite thing. It's like a very thin comforter. It's thicker than a sheet. It's thinner than a comforter, but the material just really does it feels like the cold side of the pillow all the time. That doesn't go away. So I just brought it in here to finish reading my book, which I just finished, which is what I just said. So this really was just fun. It was ridiculous. It was very far-fetched. The ending did not play out the way I expected it to do based on the detail that I noticed early in the book. In fact, that never came into play at all unless Megan Collins just put it there to mess with people like me who notice every single detail. So well done, Megan Collins. This one really was fun and really did examine what is a crazy woman? There's people talking real loud downstairs. I think they're happy. Sometimes I have neighbors who are not happy downstairs. Anyway, this was a fun time. It was a great audiobook. I laid on the couch playing Sandy Jam which is like a sand sorting game. I'm not sponsored. It's a ridiculous waste of time and makes me spend way too much time on my screen. But, you know, it's something to do that makes me think just a little bit while I read an audiobook and doesn't like take me out of the audiobook. Because sometimes, like when you're playing, like let's say Disney Dreamlight Valley, the fact that there's dialogue happening takes me out of a story when I am listening to it. So book 2 done. I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. So since we have finished a book, we now need to pick a new book, and we still need to pick an activity for today. There is one activity. I'm going to go ahead and 2 activities. I'm going to veto today because I already had a crumble cookie, and that means I don't want another dessert. So if I land on a dessert, we're going to respin. But let me set this up a little bit better. George Washington's coming home. We're gonna teach him how to say goodbye. Okay, here's our activity wheel, and we will be making a joy board. And it's also time to spin for our next book. Our only 2 options for Summerween left are Guillotine and The Anniversary. Give me either one of them. I'm excited for both. The Anniversary by Alex Finley is going to be our next read. I admittedly have not done very much today that is vloggable. Hold on. I have made it 25% into The Anniversary, chapter 20, which is page 82, but admittedly, I'm listening to this on audio and I have just been laying on the couch or folding laundry. So that's how I've passed the last couple of hours, and I apologize if you wanted to see that 2 hours, but you're not going to see it. I am about to make dinner though, and it's one of my favorite like super quick dinners. It is these skillet meals, garlic chicken. It's got like garlic chicken and noodles and broccoli and corn and carrots, and I just throw it in a pan with a little bit of water and let it heat up. It says ready in 15 minutes or less. And legitimately, this is like a comfort meal to me. I don't know what it is about it. It just tastes really good. So if you've never tried these, I highly recommend. And like, I mean, if you eat the whole bag, it's a lot, but I will not be eating the whole bag, and it remains a pretty healthy meal. I've not decided if I'm going for a walk or not yet. I'm just like very sluggish today, I guess. I did get a Walmart order done that had like some travel necessities and some things that the people watching my cats while I'm gone will need. I do need to like sit down and type out either a note or a Google Doc for them just to give them like specifics, like if somebody gets sick, here's where you can find the cleaner for that. Here's like where to put their wet food and what to do the next day when you get here. I need to do all that, but I still have time. I don't leave until next Thursday. So there's time to take care of that. It's just always swirling in my brain until I get it done. Are you one of those people that like when you have a doctor's appointment at like 3 p.m., you feel like you can't do anything else during the day until your doctor's appointment, and then after that you can relax? Because that's the kind of person I am, except like make that last for days. So because I know I'm going out of town in 6 days, I feel like I can't do anything until I have taken care of all the like productive necessities of travel. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the skillet, and then we can discuss my initial thoughts of The Anniversary by Alex Finley. Master Chef. I don't think I've ever vlogged from this angle before, but let's talk about The Anniversary so far, 87 pages in. So this is one of those books that uses the storytelling device of meeting up with our characters on the same day every year. I don't necessarily love that storytelling device because I like to spend time with our characters and I like to see them grow and change. But I know you don't necessarily need like all of that character development in a thriller because we're more about the plot than the characters, but the characters matter, you know? So we have 2 main characters in this story, and they have both been affected by the date, May 1st. Jules is like our popular cheerleader dating a football player girly pop, and we meet her when she's a senior in high school. She goes to a concert, finds out her boyfriend's been cheating on her. She gets really upset, gets some other friends to drop her off back at her car so that she can drive home. And when she gets in her car, the serial killer that strikes on May 1st is in her backseat, and he doesn't kill her. There are some other triggering things that happen to her, so if you need to know that, look that up. But she survives, and he threatens her, but she survives, and she is left with this very painful survivor's guilt, especially because when we meet up with her in future May 1st iterations, the Mayday killer is still attacking people. Then we have Quinn, who is not from a very rich family. He goes to this same concert, and he's friends with Jules, by the way. They have study hall together, and nobody really expects them to be friends because they're from such different walks of life, but they have quite a fondness for each other. But when he goes to this concert, he steps in because an altercation is happening and accidentally severely injures another boy and winds up getting arrested. And while he is spending his time in jail, his mother passes away from being murdered by the Mayday killer, by who we don't know who killed her. And it's pretty violent and it's pretty brutal. He also has a special needs little brother, which, like, what? He just has a very tragic life, okay? So he spends a year in jail and then is going into the army. And I'm only in like the 3rd year of May 1st, so a lot happens because so much time passes between all these May 1st iterations. But that's where we are right now. It's gonna be hard to talk about anything else that happens because we're going from year to year to year, but that is the setup of this story. I'm conflicted because the writing is good, the setup is good, but I don't love the like skipping to May 1st. So it's just going to take more time in this story for me to really have an opinion about it. And who knows, maybe we will not be jumping from May 1st to May 1st throughout the rest of the story. I didn't think I was going to go for a walk because it was thundering earlier, but I'm guessing that was just like heat storm because there's no rain outside. So after dinner, I might still talk myself into going for a walkie walk. Fluorescent light just couldn't make people look any better, could it? I'm about to go on my walk. I'm gonna fill some water up and leave it at a central access point for me. I waited too long to go on my normal route because it's dark outside now, but my apartment complex stays lit. So I'm just gonna take a walk around like all the parking lots. It's pretty much 1 mile around, so I'm gonna do 2 laps. And then I put out a call on Instagram for people to give me 3 fictional men to play Kiss, Marry, Kill with. So we'll have that to play when I get back, but I'm probably not gonna film anything on my walk, despite the fact that I love some B-roll because it is dark. And I'm listening to scary serial killer books and like, I don't need to be distracted. In the timeline of daily vlogging, we finished this book on the appropriate day. And then I took yesterday off because here's what y'all would have seen me do. Go to church where I can't vlog, and then eat lunch with friends who don't do YouTube. And then I came home and napped literally all day. But I'm justifying it because I've already finished 3 out of 4 of my summerween books. So I have 3 days to read the shortest book on my list. And you know what? Sometimes people just need a break. And so I took a break. So it's actually 2 days later that we're wrapping up day 4. The math on what day I'm on and what day I'm uploading does not make sense in my head to me, but I know it's right. Okay, so like I said, I did finish this. I listened to it pretty much all day. I went for that walk, and then when I got home from the walk, I just disassociated on the couch and finished listening to it. But we also didn't get to our activity, so I came up with an alternate activity that is going to be pretty brutal. I asked on Instagram for people to give me a list of fictional men to play Kiss, Marry, Kill with, and people were really mean to me. I'm just gonna go in the order that I received these. So the first one, Lucian, Azriel, Cassian. And you know what? I think I'm gonna go, I was gonna say I think I'm gonna go in that order. I'm not. I would kill Lucian, okay? I just would. I think I would kiss Cassian because we all see what that boy can do. And then there's just this like mysterious aspect of Azriel that I think, you know, you could take a lifetime to explore. So we'll marry Azriel. That one wasn't that bad. Moving on to Stormlight Archive men, which it's been a while since I've read the Stormlight Archive and I have not caught up. I have not read book 5. But we have Dalinar, Adolin, and Kaladin. I'm gonna say I'd kill Adolin, okay? He's fine, but he's not my favorite. And y'all, I just have a thing for the moody men, I guess, because I'd kiss Dalinar and marry Kaladin. Here's where things get complex. Max Antarius from The War of Lost Hearts, Alex from People We Meet on Vacation, and Aiden from Heartstrings from First Time Caller. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Okay, this is so hard, but I think I'd kill Aiden from First Time Caller. I love him, okay, but once I read the second one, which was called Not Long Time Listener, and Now Back to You. Jackson completely stole my heart in that series. Like, I would be really sad for Jackson because he just lost his best friend Aiden if I had to kill him, but I'd kill Aiden. This is where it gets hard. Do I kiss Max or Alex, or do I marry Max or Alex? They're both moody men. I love a cinnamon roll though, and I think Max is more of a cinnamon roll than Alex. So I think I'd kiss Alex and marry Max. But Max has a really broody past, a really tragic backstory. Do I want to put up with that for the rest of my life? I'm gonna switch it. I'd kiss Max. I'd marry Alex. We have just a few more, okay? Ransom from Shield of Sparrows, Con from When the Moon Hatched, and Rain from Serpent in the Wings of Night. Now, distance from a series is one of the main reasons I'm able to make this decision so quickly. It's been years since I read Serpent in the Wings of Night. So we're gonna kill Rain. I'm sure he's a great guy. I just don't remember much about him. Oh my gosh, we're gonna kiss Ransom and we're gonna marry Con. Can y'all tell anything about me by the men I'm choosing to marry from this list? Now this next one I have to skip because I don't have enough context to answer it, because I have only read one book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and I have read like 80 pages of Direbound. But one of my Instagram followers did give me Jax, Stark, and Jonah, and I just don't have enough context to make a decision. But if y'all have read it, y'all decide who you would kiss, marry, kill from that list. All right, now we have an easy mode and a hard mode, and then we'll have made it through this list. Okay, fourth wing list. Dane, Xaden, Jack. It's funny because high school me would have had a different answer than adult me, but we're gonna kill Jack, obviously. We'll just kill him again, because whatever. We'll marry Xaden, and we'll kiss Dane. High school me was a Gale over Peta girly, and so high school me would have said Dane over Xaden. Is that sad? All right, now hard mode. Aiden, Jackson, and Nolan. All BK Borison men. Only because I did not like the Christmas book as much will kill Nolan. And she says hard mode, but the fact that somebody else already gave me Aiden does help me out here. Okay, so we'll kill Nolan. We will kiss Aiden. We get to revive him to kiss him. And then we will marry Jackson. I hope this was entertaining watching me struggle. Yeah, y'all let me know from the list that was Jax, Stark, and Jonah who you would kiss, marry, kill. Okay, let's talk about the anniversary now. I am giving this book 2.5, which is basically like making a 50 on a test, right? The whole storyline process of we meet up with our characters on the same day every year followed the whole book. There were a couple of times where like a few extra days were tacked onto that, but it's just not my favorite storytelling device, right? So that was a struggle. Like I'm somebody that wants to live life with my characters a little bit, and you're not getting to live life. You are literally following them on the worst day of their life every year. So we didn't get much like reprieve from tragedy. The other reason why I'm only giving it a 50% is because there were two diverging storylines, because we had Jules and we had Quinn. I don't know why his name is so hard for me. I always want to call him Quincy. His name is Quinn. And despite the fact that the worst things that happen in their life happen on the same day, they spend most of the book not coming into contact with each other and doing their own thing. They'll come back together and then like divert again. But for the most part, they don't really interact. Jules is fixated on the Mayday killer, what happened to her, why was she allowed to get away, and then like the way that her life evolves past that. Quinn had his mother murdered on this same day, maybe by the Mayday killer, but probably not. And he is just trying to cope with all of the bad stuff happening in his life. And he eventually becomes a private investigator. And it seems like his storyline has nothing to do with Jules' storyline for most of the book. I found Jules' storyline very intriguing. I kept wanting to turn the pages and find out what happened next. I have the most annoying dryer buzzer in the whole world, and you can't turn it off. But Quinn, I just found his storylines a little bit boring. And of course, they all made sense at the end, but this book just didn't really do it for me. Okay. If you watched all the way to the end of today's daily vlog, leave me a sunshine emoji, because despite the fact that it is summerween, it's hot outside, and that's no thanks to the sun, okay? We have one more book to read. 3 down, 1 to go. Here is our progress bar for today. And I will see you in another video very soon. Bye, guys.